All right, next on the list is the Conversations with the Killer. I thought it was a Confessions with the Killer. It's basically the Ted Bundy tapes. Let's roll that intro with Ted Bundy. Actually, sorry, Ted Bundy is not here. I hate to burst your bubble, but he has died kind of a while ago, so I'm not going to be with Ted Bundy at all. So, Conversation with the Killer, what's it about? It's basically the Ted Bundy story of him as a kid to him dead, if you want to put it that way, and his path of terror and murders through like Washington, Oregon, Utah, Colorado. I don't know Colorado, but like there's a that goes straight to Florida, and he says he did maybe 30 murders, but there could be close to 100 maybe. So no one really knows what he did or how many murders he did. Like he was really only convicted, if I'm 100% sure, for the murders in Florida with beating the college schoolgirls with a tree limb or a tree trunk or something ridiculous like that. It's like really that's how. It's absolutely baffling. But this is a story of him like escaping jail in Colorado a couple of times, jumping out of windows, going through vents. It's like, you know, he's guilty at this point if he's really doing all this stuff. Like 100% guilty. Like, there's no doubt about it. So he deserves life in prison. And I think this is where the documentary falls flat for me, is how they kind of treat him like a normal human being. I know for a fact he was smart. He basically didn't have a lawyer when he was doing the system. He had that smile, and all the girls like, oh, he can't be guilty because he's so innocent and hot. And then you have the judge basically saying like, oh, if you weren't guilty, I'd love to have you because you're so smart. And I guess humanizing him isn't good thing at all, what they were trying to do. As well as the very end, I think the very end complete, like I was willing to like, okay, like, but it was the end that totally killed this documentary for me. And it is how they kind of say like, oh, Ted Bundy's like, you think I'm crazy? Look at all those people outside the prison ready to watch me die. Well, true. It is weird having college kids, drinking and wanting him to die, but he deserves to die. There's no doubt about it. Like, he deserves to die. So yeah, celebrate this mass murderer who didn't care about life. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And that's the thing with the justice system I think is wrong, is the whole like, you gotta say he allegedly killed someone. He allegedly killed someone, even though there's absolutely witnesses him at the scene, him picking up the log and smashing someone, and he was literally outside the house. But it's allegedly he killed someone. And the same thing goes with today's day and age, like the shootings in the church, the shootings in the movie theater, the shootings in Walmarts. It's like he allegedly did it, even though he's holding the gun, he's firing the gun, he put the gun down in his car. And he's literally sitting at his car with the gun, saying, I did it. But he allegedly is the shooter. No, mofo. He killed him. There shouldn't even be a trial at that point. Well, okay, we'll give him a trial because constitutional rights. The trial should be, he's guilty. There's the gun. There shouldn't be no mental. I'm sorry. You killed 14 people. The mental illness thing goes out the window at that point. In my opinion, yeah, you might have some mental illness before the fact, but it's now after the fact. It's over and done with. You killed 14 people, death penalty next day after the trial. It shouldn't be like, oh, it should be a retrial. No, mofo. It's guilty. There's all evidence. There's no doubt he did it. There should be no reasons why. And death penalty the next day. Saves taxpayers money for, feeding him in jail and feeding him and doing all that stuff. So that's just my opinion, is that's what the death penalty should be for, is people that you know that are guilty. And this whole thing at the very end of trying to humanize him of like, oh, they're the crazy ones that want to watch me die. Bitch, you killed 30 to 100 girls or ladies. Get the fuck out of here. So, Conversations of a Killer will receive a 2.5 out of 5 with Futon. He goes at 50%. So, the critics and user scores gave this TV series. So, you have critics of 56% with 25 of them, and the audience is 72 with 131. Here's critic consensus. Laced with troubling irony, Conversations with the Killer, the Ted Bundy tape skirts introspection, making it just as elusive as its subject. I mean, sure. I just didn't like the whole part of them trying to humanize him and everything like that. To me, that just wasn't the right way to go. But do you agree with the 56 The 50 or the 74? The 72. Chase out the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more thing is Booftoniantopia. Your Booftonians. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. You know, it's kind of weird that you just can't remember numbers like that. Am I getting too old?